Hello, boys and girls. How's it going right now? Welcome back to the Shanghai Major casting presentation here from the BTS house. I'm here with Aosin and Ben Merlini, former teammates of Zephyr. Hi. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty. Actually, no, wait. I'm actually doing terrible. I just died in Path of Exile. I just remember.
I heard you were getting pretty salty back there about that. Ben, you're
He
a big.
still has a smile on his face, though.
He's like, I'm so angry.
I mean, but that's
I
why
could kill
you,
someone.
That's why you play hardcore. It's so like
it's so
Exhilarating.
it's so heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's so funny. You know, and it's like a good story to tell to all your other Path of Exile players.
What was the name
Why
of
you
your
s-
past member? Did you name it?
It's like Eosin.
Number
God knows what iteration it is.
Aosin 53.
Whatever. Other than that, I'm fine.
You don't look sad at all, so I don't feel bad for you. Look at him.
How much time invested of a lot? You said like 12 hours?
It's like 12, whatever.
You're never invited to any funeral I'm going to.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad, guys. All right, so we're back. Who may be a bit sad here? Leviathan down one game against the highly touted squad of Digital Cramps. Leviathan opened up with Bane, Queen of Pain, Digital Chaos, grab up Witch Doctor first pick, followed up with an Abaddon. This is probably going to be the Logan. DC are always quick on the NA strats, whether it's the Enchantress offlane, the Abaddon offlane kind of a thing, so they could be one to go for it. And again, they will respect Leviathan and their Pudge and ban it first.
It's interesting to see the different picks in all the different regions.
Yeah,
and how
right.
and how they value like different heroes. I know for sure Abaddon is top tier right now in NA.
This is my favorite time because then you get to see stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's not until we have like a couple of international events under our belt that everyone's like, oh, we all see that this is the best one. Let's all play this meta
Oh yeah.
and just have our own little flair about it. But for now, it's like everyone's kind of scrimming, grinding, in-house playing. Hell, even in the pub scene, they're just taking in what they can from the new meta right now. Nothing too crazy here. I wonder if Leviathan, they've played Earth Spirit in the past. I know both Newsham plays it as a support, and Jenkins has played it plenty in the off lane. I wonder if it's something they consider pulling out.
It's definitely a potential pick. It's really good against Abaddon, especially with like, I mean, even more so now with Undying and Queen of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I play a lot of Abaddon. I think it's a really good hero. And the biggest weakness I feel that Abaddon has is that he really struggles in the early game when there's way too much AoE. Because you can't possibly, save everyone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he really excels once he picks up Scepter. Because it kind of negates all that AoE. So, I think maybe Leviathan's aiming for a much earlier game, perhaps. Depends on how Digital Chaos runs this, though. If it's like offlane Abaddon, it's going to be much harder because he'll pick up Scepter much earlier.
Oh, goodness. Before we hop into this old dirty guy right here, with the Leviathan's picks already, do you think there's still potential room that they could pick up something heartbreaking to the Abaddon, like an AA, let's say, that's also very good against the sustain of Witch Doctor? At that point, would their lineup be too frail, or do you think the option's still there? And then I also want to know, and you too, Ben, your first impression about now we get to see the OD and what you think about the 6.86 OD.
Odie's pretty good. I think more so he's a 4th or 5th pick, though. Just because he gets countered by Nyx, he gets countered by a decent amount of other stuff, too.
I feel the same way, too.
I think he's pretty good, though.
This
He's
will
like
probably be a Midas OD too. It's an NA OD, it's your war.
he's like 60 to 70th percentile hero.
I feel like at this point you kind of have to pick Nyx, right?
Do Leviathan really want to, though?
I mean, it kind of hurts their draft a bit.
I think Razor's really good versus OD, too.
I don't think Jenkins plays a lot in Nyx either.
Nyx,
I agree, I
sometimes
like
you
the
just have
pick,
to go
but
for
yeah.
it. He just destroys OD, though.
I just feel like
really
though,
badly.
from Leviathan's point of view, it's like they had played in the past where they tried to conform to everyone else's play styles, and then they went back to playing their own. And I guess you kind of get into that mental struggle of what is best in its spot right here and now in this draft, or what do you feel comfortable with? And I feel like Leviathan / Jenkins could be one of those teams that can go through that kind of a struggle. It's like, do I go for something I trust and is good, like the Earth Spirit / Clockwork or Darkseer, something that I'm used to, or go for a Nyx that we don't get to see him play very often? There's
Okay,
the
so
Earth
they
Spirit.
take the Earth Spirit.
And this could be a supporter Spirit, and Jenkins Undying for all I know. But they do have that flexibility where they can play it in both positions, and if they do decide to do something a bit different and play it in the off lane, it could be something DC don't see coming. Their response, Mirana, and we already know Mirana has that Nice synergy between her and OD's Astral.
This is actually a trend in NA at the moment. A lot of people are picking OD Mirana. It's super annoying to deal with.
Mirana just hangs around the
It
mid
just hangs
lane.
around. You
That is
Astral
so annoying.
someone, 4 seconds, you time it, they're dead.
I've done that once, not gonna lie. It's pretty
it's
amazing.
it's a new SD Mirana, except, you know, OD is much stronger than SD right now.
Timing it out can be a bit fickle. For some of these players, I'm sure it seems to be almost second nature by now, but it can be a bit sticky. But there's easy opportunities that you already know OD is going to be muscling back the opposing mid laner and into an awkward spot where you just easy Astral in a secluded area for a perfect Mirana arrow. So I wonder if Leviathan are going to be prepared. They do already have a Bane, so maybe he might have to just be by that mid lane at all times. Is that how you best prepare for a annoying mid lane Mirana, is just have someone on standby?
I think you
Or
have to.
you have someone with summons. Invoker and NP are the one that come first and foremost to mind. Lycan's also decent too, but that's kind of a way to deal with it. They just block it.
Alright, final ban from DC is going to be ridding of the AM here. So where do Leviathan go for their one position now, their late game, their farm?
I think they might get 5-man very early.
Yeah, it's very possible.
I think
maybe they
that-
could still take Invoker.
Yeah, Invoker would be okay, but then they don't have any anti-PKP, which I definitely don't like. Because Digital Chaos can just go heavy late game, and they
That's
have
true.
pretty good mid. So I think they have to commit to some physical damage AoE carry, which would be Gyro, but Gyro,
Gyro
of
is
course,
banned.
should be banned. What other ones are there?
You gotta remember also this is Ziz, Louis. This guy plays some unique stuff, like a lone druid, let's say, from time to time. Used to be known to play a lot of Gyro, of course, PL, Jug, which they already banned it themselves. Oh, so it is a switch around, I believe. This is it? They switch in. They're doing because I think Shibby's
This is
typically their
probably Shibby,
TA player,
yeah.
yeah. And then Ziz on the Queen of Pain safe lane.
I don't think TA is that great of a matchup though for against OT.
And they're
You lose-
definitely
you
doing
lose too much
something
CS,
aggro, I
right?
think. Yeah. Oh, Lone Druid actually on DC side. That's weird. All right. So I'm a bit percolated, obviously, because I wonder if Leviathan are trying to go pretty heavy aggro towards the bottom, maybe like Undying or Spirit together.
They can't
Leave
handle
the Queen
aggro,
solo?
I think.
You don't think they can handle the aggro now?
I think they'll get crushed in all 3 lanes if they go aggro. LD is really good at handling 2
Yeah.
double or tri lanes, and
Yeah.
if they have a Witch Doctor there, like you can't really contest him.
That might be the reason why they even picked that Lone Druid at the end, anticipating it was going to be something aggro. Because you're right, he deals with it very well.
And like their mid is gonna get crushed by OD Mirana, and then their off lane, like even if they, let's just say they sack the Lone Druid, let's just say he gets Iron Talon and just go straight jungle, like they'll be completely fine in at least 2 of the lanes too. Like Abba Witch Doctor will crush a queen. So I like Digital Chaos's up a little bit more. I think they just need to kind of mitigate the effects of Undying in the early game. Like try not to feed too many kills with Tombstone. They need to make sure TA doesn't get a lot of farm. Make sure they don't get first Roche easily, and take the game from there.
All right, a little bit of lag at the start as we head in with a pause. Ailson, would you agree with Ben? Do you think it's DC who seem to have a better lineup on their side and can, regardless of what happens with the Lone Druid or not, will be able to kind of take more of the lanes here? Or do you feel Leviathan have a chance?
Well, DC definitely have a much more flexible draft. They can move around and that kind of stuff and just waste Leviathan's time and get much more. So Leviathan have to do some like
Good
really
stuff.
Yeah, they have to do some really clever laning.
We'll see.
They have to be unpredictable about their movements. I think they have to use Earth Spirit and like try and catch a lot of heroes off guard, and kind of expect play around where DC expects them to be, because I think it's kind of straightforward about how DC should play this.
All right. Well, they're going to lead in with a early 5-man smoke, and they're not going to really find anyone to catch over here. They have great level 1 fight, but obviously DC are going to be taking hold at the top rune right now. Doesn't seem to be any sort of early real giveaways about how the laning could kind of settle in, but they could end up flinging each other towards the middle, so we'll see. Lone just trying to get any sort of intel he can.
I mean, Leviathan can't offlane Queen. Queen is way too weak versus LT. especially in the safe lane. So you can't really do that matchup. So they kind of know that Leviathan are going to play very aggressively. With their Spirit Undying, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
So that's, again, that's not really what I like about Leviathan's lineup. It's like you have to get some kills early, but if they can connect, if Newshams are Spirit, it's what it's rumored to be.
Arrow is going to be a swing and a miss here, and the bounty will be grabbed up from both Shibi and, of course, Yawar there. That's where I felt like maybe they could have pulled out something like that off-lane Earth Spirit. Kick away the bear rollout if you're in a bit of trouble, but we'll see. I'm also very curious to see the Newsham Earth Spirit and what it entails of. But for now, Yawar OD against TA, a matchup that we haven't seen too much of in recent history unless you find it in your pubs. What do you guys think about the mid lane matchup
You lose
there?
too much CS because of Astral. He already just straight misses to like no chance of getting them at all, and that level 1 Astral is really annoying to deal with. You also just don't have kill potential on the OD. Like he will just run away.
And the roll is a connection here. They have the slow. I don't think they're going to have the damage. It's going to be a lot of harassment.
He has Orb of Venom.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He'll be forced
Force
to
the
eat a fairy. Sorry, fairy.
It's just not that great for TA. She can do stacks though. I think that's the one benefit she has over OD. So they need to, I think, utilize that strength.
Newsham still hanging around here. The bottom as well. There's like vultures of supports just like floating around this mid lane and scouting each other out. Trying to be as mobile as possible and keep the other team guessing where they are as long as they stay off the radar. Bulba though, happy to farm up 2-1 and a matchup against the solo Queen of Pain here. And what's happening here in the bottom lane? Lone Druid's barely getting harassed a bit. How's his CS? He's only got 1, so it's not going too shabby for Leviathan at the bottom right now. Looks like they're able to keep even back.
I think it's really.
Oh, that
He
bear
was
just
taking
died.
way too many hits.
Oh, forgiving bounce right there, and he's going to be forced to self-sleep. Oh, he
that
needs another
was
right click.
great
TC's
sleep.
hustling for it now, and we'll get it. Whoa!
He got a little bit lucky with the bounces, but
Yeah.
mostly Bane was just way too far.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Alright.
little lucky. I think that was really lucky.
It was really lucky.
I think, because he has mangoes.
He
Does
got
he
cast
pop mango
twice.
go in and just
Yeah, he
decay
got-
up?
I mean, he's gonna die.
And then also another kill elsewhere is they're able
He
to
has
take down
another
the
stun.
mid lane. Bottom lane, we keep the action though. It's just Jenkins who could be going down. This is an early disaster right now for Leviathan.
Yeah. DC are just doing what they need to do. They have the Mirana kind of just checking out wherever Earth Spirit goes, so they don't ruin their 2 1v1s that they're winning right now. And then with the overstepping of the boundary by Bane, they just lost their offlane too. So now DC win all 3 lanes.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Leviathan draft. They have to really be in the right places at all times to prevent these kind of things from happening. Whereas DC is the one who's like controlling the pace of the game. They can
Yeah.
do whatever they want because they just run over every lane that doesn't have support.
They park the heroes in lanes, and that's kind of it.
And they're poking a bit here at Yawar, but not enough to get anything fatal.
I think now you have to rely on stacks, or you 4-man bottom, 3 or 4-man bottom with a tombstone and get some kills there. I think they have to not go to drastic measures, but just change what is par.
Oh, is this a setup? I wonder why he didn't go there.
Yeah.
I don't know either. Maybe not enough range.
Maybe not enough info. Maybe they don't know where Earth Spirit is.
I mean, if Arceus rolls on, I don't think they even get a kill.
Yeah. It's like he rolls in to kick them away. So in hopes that the OD will not get the kill. He's waiting here bottom lane though. And he's going to walk into vision now. As you see, our cams man will highlight. There's an obs clearly in vision. They know Newsham's down here now. So mid lane, they might go in on
There
this
might
TA.
be an arrow coming in.
Yeah.
They should have seen her.
Oh, now they will for sure. It's Earth Spirit and Mirana. It's continuing to just trying to float around, find a home, find some setup here.
But overall, DC just read them very well.
Yeah.
They know that Earth Spirit's going to try and ruin the lanes, and as long as they mitigate his roaming in the early game, fend off the Undying, they are going to the mid game very, very well. So I'm curious to see what Leviathan go to next. They have to do something though, like I guess get their levels and then wait for maybe like level 3 Tombstone and level 6 Queen of Pain. They can get some fights in, but like it's just.
Tombstone
disastrous.
committed at the bottom lane here as Jenkins dishing out the decays, trying to get a catch here on a TC, but kick will be a swing and a miss.
And they have the roar.
And
That
the-
roar is so annoying.
It looks very, very annoying. It's got a respectable cooldown, so you have to make sure you use it at the right time, but if it is used at the right time, it's just a gank will just be completely 180'd.
displacement abilities are just always super strong into
Mhm.
and it's kind of a displacement spell. It is, just not in the typical sense.
Yeah, the problem with Leviathan now is that they can't even gank the offlaner anymore. Bulba's about to hit 6.
Bulba is huge.
Yeah.
21 and 6 CS. Like he's.
I mean, there's
He's
nothing
gross.
a Quap can do against him.
Yep.
Yeah, this is bad. This is very bad for Leviathan, but we've been in games already where we said it has been very bad for a certain team, and Catastrophe will strike.
Yeah, but
and-
look at Leviathan. They're like trying to kill him at the tower, and they are just super desperate.
but they're dying elsewhere. That's the problem. You see, Owie was able to intercept what looked like an arrow set up onto Queen of Pain. Bulba charging in. They had the firepower to take her down, and now we see DC up 5-0 over Leviathan in game number 2. It's going to take a lot of muscle power here for Leviathan to kind of find their way back.
I think they would just rotate the Quap down, get a kill.
I think so too.
I think that has to be the next play for them.
Will get the assistance there,
Is he
but
getting a second root?
If he gets a second root, I swear to God. Nope. Nope. I hear
I
a
just heard a roll.
Yeah, he's rolling.
He is running
back
around
home.
Oh no, free gold.
Oh man. This is just, it's hard to watch at this point. My chest hurts.
The problem too is that even if Quap wanted to rotate, he still hasn't hit 6.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Oh,
to
he's
kill.
not level 6, yeah. Oh. And yet still you're going to see Leviathan, as they pick up a smoke here, just try to find opportunities to at least get themselves on the board. A morale booster is necessary at this point, I'm sure.
I think they wasted too much time in the bottom lane.
Okay, there is the Astral, a turnaround sleep though onto Owie as he tried to set up the arrow. Follow-up is going to be the stun, the roll forward, but there's going to be the leap out, and oh! Get the nice right click in. Shibby's going to be able to pick up that one, and now they look for the response. Shibby, nice little split apart from Nushim to avoid any further stun lockdown, and they will make their hasty retreat. So Leviathan finally get themselves on the board, taking down little Owie.
Yeah, that was a pretty important kill for them. They have to get something done.
Need more
anything.
kills.
Yeah.
Need more kills, please.
They need way more, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a start at least.
Once Abba starts joining the fights, though, like there's very little chance of them getting kills unless Queen of Pain has huge ultimates.
Yeah.
So Queen of Pain is kind of the backbone here because Earth Spirit's a little bit underleveled. If Earth Spirit were level 6, yeah, he can make some plays, but at this point, it's I would say a lot on Queen.
All right. Was that an ult committed for this? No. It's just not enough mana right now to even use one, and now Ziz in trouble. He's going to go down.
That can't be good.
That is really bad. She's like the backbone of the lineup, and
Now she's the tailbone.
She's died 3 times.
Well, they are able to get Bulba down as Zebra shows up, gets the snipe there, but it's already not good for Leviathan. They drop their Queen of Pain, who's got the Sonic Wave now, so I imagine at this point he's got to head elsewhere and get a Sonic Wave set up here somewhere.
You might just want to catch back up and farm, though. I don't know. But yeah, they need kills. He's level 6. Got to use that bad boy.
Why even have the big thing if you're not going to use it? And I would imagine this Lone Druid's got to be in the top of priority list here. It looks like it is. Just heads bottom. Let's get
Yeah.
that frickin' Lone Druid.
That's very desperate if you have to use Soul
I
Smoke
think
like that.
they need more than
They
just
need more. Yeah,
Oh,
they need one more.
Okay. They have 3 of them there. They can do it with Undying, Earth Spirit, and Quap.
If he doesn't get a good roar off. Like if he roars after the blink, it's over.
Yeah. Blink. There's the roar.
Yeah,
He's not
that's-
rolling in yet. Nushim,
He has
not
to
really
kick the rock.
a
They
big
can't
amount of
catch-
mana.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
they just-
all die here, I think.
Uh-oh, Maldic does hit onto Ziz.
Ooh, that rock
Kick
saved
stun will hit him, and all right, that's great damage onto the weak little Witch Doctor.
him. Oh.
No, it will actually hit TC. I don't know. It
feel
looked
like
like he
it's
was trying to
gonna-
bodyguard it or whatever, but it was just out of range.
That was a very ambitious.
This is all starting from Leviathan just like desperate to make a play happen in bottom lane. A solo smoke to get that, and they don't get anything. And it just continues to be them just like fumbling over themselves and stubbing their toes.
Got an action stack. Lose a tower. Not good. Yeah, there are 2 heroes that really need levels are Undying and Earth Spirit right
Yeah.
now. Because Quap's already level, I think, 7. But this... too much farm on everyone on DC. OD's unchecked. Abba has been left unchecked. Lone Druid's
Zilla
been
has
pressured, but has...
barely pressured.
Yeah, he has tons of farm.
I mean, he just sits back and his bear does all the work.
easy for Lone Druid.
What a life. Okay, Zebra, I went the wrong way. We'll turn back. Luckily didn't get too close, but did spot out these two knuckleheads. And it's going to be forcing Shibby into an awkward position, who's been kind of stuck on Ancient Farm in the meantime.
They need a DD rune. I think if they DD, they can smoke Roche and then kind of get back in the game that way. That might be kind of decent for them. But without a DD, it's almost impossible for them to actually take Roche in a reasonable amount of time.
Sleep set up onto Yawar. He gets put out here. Tombstone committed from Jenkins. Fiend's Grip, and that's going to get them to kill onto the OD. And now they're looking for the follow-up. Bulba. Borrowed time going to be triggered here. They're still damaging him up back to full life even. But now they'll look for the final burst down. He might get it here. He will. Starfall damage coming out now from Owie as he dishes out some right clicks onto Jenkins.
That
They're
was
not gonna
really
get it. This is
unfortunate
big. Yeah.
for DC. They shot the arrow, but he dropped the tombstone and a zombie spawned right as the arrow came out, and then it just blocked the arrow.
Yep.
And that was
really good for Leviathan. They needed that, but still, I think they still have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, Tier 1 does go down in the meantime under the power of this lone druid.
I would ult that.
He doesn't have it though.
Oh.
Oh, he has blink. I blink scream like blink, get the gold.
He did it.
do it.
He got
Oh.
it. Nice.
That is the right play.
That is good. 300 gold and some XPs. Oh, what a
Mid
nice
lane,
sleep.
Shibby slept up here. They're looking to get the tower and this kill. They don't want to be losing either. And they're going to commit on in here. Shibby now under the meld, but they seem to have the vision.
I think that's
He
two
looks
kills.
to retreat. He's down. They even have the extra setup here, possibly on the Zebra. And the arrow will connect from Owie. Nice side jump setup for that one. And they're going to get the gold from the Tombstone now. So just when it looked good for Leviathan, it's just all falling back the other way.
This is what happens with the Abaddon lineup, though. You just tower dive with no fear. Multiple towers. That was 2 towers they were diving.
Yeah, this might be the battering ram of DC now coming together and not stopping.
Frostmourne on towers is so good, too.
They did get level 6 on this Earth Spirit. It would take one hell of a big play. Abaddon is so good against Earth Spirit, too. Just one easy shield rids of the Magnetize or the stun or the silence. You could break out from some of those with the ultimate.
I mean, Abaddon's
So-
really good versus the entire lineup.
Yeah.
Aside from undying, I suppose. I guess even like Frostmourne on Tombstone's pretty good.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who calls it Frost one still.
Oh, yeah. Curse of Avernus.
Lord at the LOA.
I think they have to just. I think they have to smoke, and they need to take a pick, and then
Try Roche?
try roast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either try roast or go for a pick.
Because Bear's top, that's really, I guess, the most reasonable way to stay out of it. I guess they could shoot an arrow, but if arrow hits Roche, that's even worse for DC.
Yeah, but we'll finish his Vlads now too. It's been harder for them to fight into them. They're really strong.
Stack more Ancients.
Is she trying to rush towards at least getting a BKB, or is it straight to Deso so you just have some
If
firepower?
you go BKB, you will lose.
Yeah, I think you have to go Deso.
Yeah.
There's not enough damage.
If you go Blink, you will also lose, because of Roar. So yeah, I think Dezo and Erosion to getting a lot more farm is...
AUI is
The build.
so farmed.
Yeah, how do you...
How
what?
is he so farmed?
I guess he arrowed creeps. I didn't see him arrow creeps.
Well,
but
the thing is, I checked the CS at like about 8 minutes. He had 4 CS.
all big creeps.
I'm that's 300 gold, man.
I don't know.
I don't know where he got this farm from. They have 3 towers, 4 towers.
How does he have Arcane Mech?
I don't
How's
know.
he almost as rich as TA?
It's
I don't get it.
interesting.
We'll have Valve investigate that one, I guess.
AUI found a way to ancient black dragons, man.
Group stacking. Spotted out here from Yawar, but he's alone. And the rest of DC pushing out this bottom lane here. We got Theben here rolling through, and he's going to get hit by a rolling boulder. I like how he led in with the stun kick first. Now he's going to pop out the Magnetize, gets the pull through. And that is all she wrote. So one support kill on that side, but look on the other. They're going to make a go for Shibby. Shibby should be going down here. They have the Fiend's Grip, Sonic Wave, but no, they're just going to pop off all the heals, and they're going to be able to shrug that one off. Now shielded up Yawar moves in, gets off the Sanity's Eclipse, and with that, they'll be able to get the kill on the Bane. Newsham still alive and strong, gets off the stun, will make his hasty escape with the rolling boulder, and only 2 go down all
Did
day.
he hit anyone with that ultimate?
No, I think.
Oh,
missed
he only got the
entirely.
one.
I don't even think he hit
Witch
him.
Doctor.
I don't.
I think he missed
Did he-
entirely.
What, the Magnetize?
No, no,
No,
no.
no,
Oh.
no. The Sanity's
Sanity's
Eclipse.
I think he missed everything.
I think
Yeah.
he missed everything too. Did he get greedy and try to hit Quap and Bane and didn't hit either? I think that's what happened.
I actually have no idea what he was aiming at.
Jesus or something. I don't know.
Well, with
It's one of those things that when it
Vlad's, I think
happens,
they
I'm
can do
sitting there, I'm
rush.
kind of like, he does the Sands Eclipse, and there's no one there left. I'm like, did he kill someone? Like, what the hell? And oh well.
He was definitely aiming for Bane, but his targeting was
He like turned around to do it.
very far off.
Maybe he tried
so
a
I mean, you
360
might be-
before
you might
for
be right.
style.
He probably was going
I think
for
he
a
was trying to go
3D
for
play.
Quap.
No. Hey, maybe he's just rusty. It's been a while since we've seen a lot of OD play.
Okay, he went blink. That's
Get the hell away from my creeps.
blinks.
Maybe he just has no intention of fighting. He's probably just gonna go farm. I mean, it's good if he just never intends to fight.
Well, you can still get like Astral and Arrowed. You can get Moonlight Shadowed upon. Like
You can't blink out of Astral anymore.
I mean, he has a force staff. You can still blink. It's a test of reflexes, but I mean, it's very.
Call me
possible.
dumb, but if you refraction and then get Astral, when you come out of Astral, do you still have the refraction on?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Well, I mean, unless
Well,
time's
the
out,
damage
obviously.
is there, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alright, well, blinking possibilities are still there if he gets off refraction fast, but
not if he gets Arrow though. That's the one thing. Like Astral and Arrow, like there's like blinking won't help you from that.
yeah, it's true.
So
That's where you hope that Jenkins does his awesome tombstone plays and just
Oh.
puts him up in front.
Here they go.
And this is Leviathan trying to make an assault back up to their secret shop here. Theban's waiting as the gatekeeper along with the lone druid, and that means they're going to get down to Jenkins' kill. A high ground ward is going to get canceled out from the kick of Nushim here, but they're going to get the root catch onto Flying Zebra. That is going to be 2 down from the side of Leviathan. This is Leviathan just trying to breach out from their base and try to maintain some control from themselves, but they can't do it. Digital Chaos just a bit too strong, way too farmed at this point. And after already taking down 2, they're going to go ahead and battle out with the big boy in the pit and now claim an Aegis.
that Cask's destroyed them. They have so much area control. Like if there's only 2 heroes, Astral focus on 1. If there's more than 2, you Cask, you Roar, and you make it so there's only really like 1 or 2 heroes fighting you at any point in time.
They got bottleneck at a really bad spot. There's really nothing they can do.
Roche goes down. This is going to allow Bulbo to pick up his drums. It looked like we did see Lone Druid with a relic. So it
Yep.
looks like Radiance is soon to come out. Very nice for them. Their sieging power is already very good.
It's really bad for TA. Like, TA is not going to be able to do anything in fights. Refraction's going to be taken off. She's going to be missing
Mhm.
a couple of times. Like she doesn't have any damage. She has to deal with ABBA, like shielding off melded targets, meld struck targets. Woo! Woo!
This is super rough for them. They're so far behind right now.
Here comes DC now, starting to tarnish the welcome mat of the Leviathan household here. Ambitious force forward. Astral Arrow will connect the roll through. Big magnetize here. Nushim needs to step back and get the most out of it if he wants this. Big Sonic Wave. This is a lot of team fight magic damage happening here on DC, but they certainly have the sustained power. Bulba's already able to shrug it off with his shield. They take down the tombstone. They muscle back. This has got to be all of the stones now from Nushim, and it's still not going to be enough. They only get Owie down, who's going to promptly buy back. Leviathan have already lost 2, and they're about to lose their tier 3. Rax is now exposed. Couldn't
can
even
Astral
get
the
the
bear?
This is going to be a dead bear when it comes back. Oh, not. They just pulled it back afterward. It's healed up.
That's
Oh.
cool.
Whoa.
I guess you can Astral creeps after that buff. Did you know
Very
you could do
nice.
that in Steven?
I did not know that you could astral that.
Oh, that's cool. Kind of cool combo.
Denied.
Astral in a return, easy.
Denied the bear. Beating 300 gold.
Yeah.
Now they walk away from Leviathan's base with Rax under their belt. This is almost feels like the point of no return here for Leviathan, but we'll continue to hold out and see what few options are going to be left here for them, because
Pretty close, GG.
it's
I
got to
mean,
be pretty
They pretty
damn
much
close.
have no
It's-
targets
yeah.
they can gank. Their only hope is for the greatest team fight ever.
That was a pretty good team.
And
fight
that was
for
a
them.
really good team fight already.
I know, that was a full magnetize like I saw there. That was a beautiful Sonic Wave.
Good
Like,
tombstone placement. Like
good tombstone
everything was
placement.
going pretty well for them.
Just not enough, man. They got the
They have too many items.
heals and shields and
And the Aegis.
just not enough.
And Bear.
Two bears. Yeah, all they can do is hope for the best on high ground.
Poor Jenkins here, top lane, just trying to push out on his own, is now going to get slowly burned apart. Will be finished off by Yawar here.
What do you think of this OD build? 4-star Orchid.
Sure. I like Dragonlance personally, but I don't really think he needs it.
I've been hearing a lot of different builds from a lot of different people for OD.
You can do so many different builds. You can do like Treads Mech, you can do Treads Force, you can do Atos.
I've been hearing Treads, Atos, Moonshard.
That's okay too, although I think Dragonlance is really good on him because of the range. His range is not that great. But he has an ABBA, so he can just run in and not really be scared. It depends on what you have for your front line. Sometimes you don't have a good front line, but they have Bear plus ABBA in this game. So you can, honestly, he could go whatever he wants. He could go like 5 bracers.
Whoa,
Can he now?
Newsham just ran up. He's gonna get arrowed.
Okay, the arrow's there, and he's able to.
Oh, he was aiming for the
sidestep
Bane
it.
for sure. Almost got him.
Tier 3 in jeopardy here. Leviathan waiting for setup. I
Got
gotta
that
imagine
leap
there's not a
attack
lot of
speed.
stones here, so this is not even going to be as good of a team fight as it was last time for Leviathan. They already lose. They're undying now. Newsham commits in and will be dead. And this could be the towel to throw it in just a moment from Leviathan. It looks like Digital Chaos are going to be walking away from this series 2-0 to Leviathan here. They are the favorites. I don't know how they did in their first series, but I got to imagine that they are going to be near the top, if not the top of their group now.
Throw up the double Gs.
I mean, it's fair to say it was kind of expected. I mean, they were the
Yeah.
favorites.
I think I could, coming into the series, seen it maybe Leviathan
I
would
mean,
take
they
a game
definitely had
off of them,
chance. I think they definitely had a chance.
but yeah, DC came to play, man. They had a little bit of the old, classic DC. We got to see the like Bulba Enchantress and stuff, and they're incorporating a bit of the new, the OD here. TC playing the Lone Druid, taking advantage of that roar. It was some fun little corps to see. I think they have some neat tools to look out for.
That OD Marana.
Still really strong laning phase from DC though. I like their drafts. Like they were set up to kind of win all 3 lanes.
Yeah, yeah. They forced Leviathan to play their game.
Yeah.
And then they just destroyed them at it.
Yeah. That was pretty sad. I'm sad for Leviathan.
I mean, it's rough. I mean, DC is no pushover, so.
Yeah, and this is just their first series, and it's against what many would consider the best in the group, if not the whole qualifier right now. So I don't think Leviathan should let this one go too hard to them. Still a big qualifier ahead of them.
Yeah, you have to brush it off and just focus on your next games and that kind of stuff.
All right, but for DC, I'm sure they feel good.
They should incorporate Abaddon into their game though.
Do they not run it?
I don't know.
I've never seen them run
I
it.
think they need to.
Yeah.
Abaddon is such a good hero right now.
Yeah. It's you're kind of just forced to use it though, because you don't want to waste a ban on it if you can't play it. Like that's just not good drafting.
Well, I mean, like I said, it kind of depends on how people run Abaddon. You kind of really struggle against heavy early AoE teams because you can't possibly save
Which is
everyone.
what? I mean, they
Okay,
tried.
so let's say, for example, if people draft Gyro, Darkseer kind of stuff, you won't do very well against it. If there's Undying too, then you have a wasted hero because you can't do anything. Like you
They tried. They had Quap and Undying and Earth Spirit for Magnetize.
No, I mean like if you have Abaddon against these kind of heroes.
Right. That's what they tried to do.
And so they had oh yeah, I see what you mean. So it's like Quap and Undying, but the problem was like
They lost the lane.
they lost their lanes way too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you draft strong lanes and a lot of early
One good hero for that kind of thing is Jakiro.
Jakiro?
People overlook Jakiro. Jakiro is very good. It would have done really well against the Bear. Would have done really good against OD, and kind of like makes Abaddon a little harder to play in the early game.
Good call. Okay. I like your solution.
You know why I know this? Because I lost to it. That's why. That's why I know it. I picked Abaddon 7 times in 9 games, and this was the one thing that absolutely destroyed me.
You live and you learn.
Live and you learn.
Maybe Leviathan learned something against their matchup against the Abaddon against DC, so we'll see. With that, though, what is our next series? It looks like we got Team Freedom versus Shazam. Oh, this is going to be great. Is that IX Mike's team
IX Mike's
versus
team
Mason's
versus-
team? And
Shazam is Mason's team, right?
yeah, it's
It's
the
it's
old
the
Cloud9.
team and Mason. Okay.
This is going to be great. This should be a spicy, fun matchup for sure. Don't go too far. When we come back, it's going to be Team Freedom versus Shazam, teams you probably never heard of, but I'm excited about. So we'll go ahead and see you soon.
I mean, this is gonna be a good game.